Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Stephen Lag Gamer, and I am finally back with another game discussion video. I know I've been wanting to make some, but like I said in the last video, I've beaten some games, I've had some I want to talk about. I just really, truly do not have any time. I barely have enough time to play any games. But I'm here today because I finally have a chance to talk about a game that I really wanted to talk about, a series in general that I've just been head over heels in right now. So, welcome back to the little gaming corner here for now, and just so you can have some games in the backdrop while I talk about it. There's a huge amount, you can't see it, but there's a huge amount of crap up there in pickups that I have. Still have yet to shown. Got a package in today from Chance Doomwaves, good buddy, good friend. More stuff's up there. Everything just keeps piling up, and I haven't showed you guys. But today we're going to talk about a game, and like I said, just a franchise that I've only completed one game in, and I actually really, really, really love that game. I've just been having a craving to play these games, and I was playing through 8 and 3, but I was having some problems with 3 with it not running correctly, so I went ahead and played the very first entry in this series, and that is Dragon Warrior. Here's a copy for the NES. If I can get it on frame, there you go. I have another copy. This one just closer to grab without the sticker on it. And of course, I have the Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 Game Boy Color copy here that Chance was so grateful to send to me. But I did not play those versions. I actually played the Super Nintendo remake of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. I didn't emulate that, but I only like to emulate stuff if I own it, or if it happens to be some outrageously priced game that's just hundreds of dollars. I really don't want to have to take the spend the money on something that I might not enjoy. So I went ahead and emulated the remake of it because I was told that after looking stuff up on, I was told that is the way to go if you really want to play through it the first time. It cut down on the grinding and stuff like that. That the first one kind of had, but I didn't really mind that. But man, I had a great time with this game. I beat it in the span of 2 sittings, but it wasn't short by no means. It felt long. I believe in those 2 sittings, I pulled a 4 hour session one time, and I pulled about a 5 hour, 4.5, 5 hour session the other time. So between 8 to 10 hours, maybe more if I'm losing track. But it took me that long to beat this game, but it's short, and I just loved it. I loved how quick it was and just how simplistic it was. That's what really drove this to me. Like I said, I had only played Dragon Quest IX, and that Dragon Quest, it was fantastic. I loved it. The simplicity of the turn-based combat still holds true, like it has from the beginning, and just the aspect of thinking, okay, you're using a party member in all the Dragon Quest games, other than this one. What would it be like just using one party member in a turn-based RPG? I really enjoyed the idea of that. And that's what this game does. You're just a lone hero, really simple story. Lone hero, you walk into this castle, this town, and you were told that the princess was taken by a dragon, and they want you to go out and save the princess, and you do. You go out to save the princess, but then you find out to save the lands, you have to defeat the Dragon Lord. And so you set out to do that. There's certain There's a certain way you have to get to the Dragon Lord. You have to collect the relics to get to him. But I mean, I got my hands going everywhere. I'm sorry. I just do that. I like to talk with my hands. But collect the relics, then go defeat the Dragon Lord. And it was such a simple story, yet just thinking about how back in the day on the NES, you're sitting there, you have the 8-bit graphics there, and you're going on this journey, which at the time it was the first of its kind. Other than I watched a great series on the whole Dragon Quest and the birth of RPGs on Clan of the Grey Wolf. The video series that he did on that was just amazing, especially when he went to the Dragon Warrior. But yeah, there were some like tabletop type turn-based RPGs on the PCs and stuff back in the day, or early PCs, computer gaming, before something like this came out. But I mean, it has been called officially like the first, I guess, JRPG on a console, first of its kind, the kind of way that it went at it. And after watching that series on Clan of the Grey Wolf, seeing how Yuji Horii was just huge fans of wizardry and those games that really drove him and the little team he had to make this game. And just thinking how you really have to use your imagination in this world. Not really, but you do. You're this little 8-bit figure on a screen just launched into this open world, and they're just telling you to go. You can talk to the town folk. They'll give you a few hints of there was a treasure buried here, near here. If you go there, maybe you can look and find it. And they're telling you about the legend of Erdrick and how he conquered the lands before, and you're just wanting to follow in his footsteps. So you're using your imagination, putting clues together, picturing Erdrick. I hope I'm saying his name right, and what he might have looked like and how he lived his life. And like I said, you're put into this world where it's just green paint or green graphics on the ground. But I mean, if you can use your imagination, you can just picture the lush forests and mountains you're walking through as this lone hero on this journey to save this princess and save the land from the Dragon Lord. When you finally reach the Dragon Lord's castle, you're looking at there's not a lot on the screen, but I mean, just using your imagination, putting yourself there. I mean, I couldn't imagine just being able to play this back in the day when it was like the first of its kind. I know it didn't sell well and they had to give out free copies, and it still didn't really help US sales and helping the other ones. But just thinking about that experience makes me wish, man, it'd be cool to play it back in the day when it was first around like that. But I went ahead and I played 16-bit version, like I said, Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Fans translated it because it is the only Japanese release, and I just loved every moment of it from the get-go. Explain the story, but the gameplay is just really what I enjoyed. Just a simple turn-based style. The lone hero, all you have to worry about is yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody else, just yourself. And you set out, you don't really know where to go. You don't really know where to go. You find out where to go by running into enemies that'll probably kill you. So I kind of stuck by a tried and true rule. You send out into this open world. And I know I think I don't have a box copy, so I didn't have a map or anything. I did look up a map online to have in the background as I ventured this land. And I saw names of some places, north, south, and everything, or landmarks. And the first thing I did was I went to a cave that was north of me. And I start running into some enemies, some level 1s and 2s. I was like, okay, while I'm here, I'll just go ahead and grind a couple levels. And I started to stick by a rule. Anytime I saw a new enemy type that was stronger, I would at least level 3 to 5 levels before I moved on any further. I tried to grind them a little bit before I took the next step, because I knew the next set of enemies I saw were going to be stronger and tougher, and I wanted to be ready for them. And I think that plan worked out pretty much perfect. Almost every time I went into a new area, the new sets of enemies, they weren't too much of a challenge, whereas killing enemies in maybe 1 or 2 hits, these might have took 3, maybe 4, but then eventually after grinding them, I would get back down to killing them in 2 hits. So that's pretty much the little pattern I stuck by, and it seemed to work out. It was really cool. And it was just fun exploring this land this way, not really knowing where to go next, but determining just by exploring, just walking out there. I think the reason I was able to manage it so well is because this land isn't really huge. I mean, back in the day when this first came out, it probably felt huge. I don't know if Legend of Zelda had been out yet, if it was coming out. The Zelda's land, once you get in Dark World, I think was probably bigger. All this stuff was probably bigger. But this world, it was just fun exploring. Running into the enemy who maybe I wasn't prepared for, and I died. But death wasn't a huge penalty. You just get sent back to the castle where you start the game, and you just head on back out again. So I really love that aspect of just exploration and exploring the land, and the grind, which people probably don't like. I really enjoyed in this game. You just sit there, hack away at enemies, and it wasn't tedious. It felt fine. The encounter rate might have been a tad high, but then there were stretches where I could take a nice stretch of walk and it didn't bother me at all. And I love how great it did look on the remake of it on the Super Nintendo. I thought it looked beautiful, played nicely on the computer. Went ahead and played up mine on the PC emulator, and just everything about it I enjoyed. That classic Dragon Quest music that continues just to carry on through every game in the series. It's just awesome how this game is so popular in Japan, and it keeps its roots. It doesn't have to make the major changes like game companies think we always need to push the industry forward. It doesn't need to do that. It just stays tried and true to what it does. Sometimes it slaps a prettier coat of paint on it, but it still holds true to the formula, and that's what it was in this game. Seeing the roots, it was just so much fun. I will definitely be playing through it again because it was just a joy to play through. I probably will give one of these versions a try next time. Probably the NES version. Just want to see how it goes. But there are some things that are kind of really dated in it. I mean, hey, it was the first of its kind. So the only place you can save was at the King. So you could be out on a long journey, really far away from a save point, and you could die. But I mean, if you died, at least in the version I played, you start up back at the King, and you can go ahead and save there. And I still had all my items and equipment, but I don't know how it would go. Just dying in general would really stink if you're far ways away. But most of the time, the land's so small, it wasn't too tedious getting back to it. I know near the end, when I was fighting the Dragon Lord, I actually died the first time playing him. And the journey back to him was not a pleasant one because I didn't want to use any save states in the game. I wanted to play it kind of like you're supposed to play it. So dying at the Dragon Lord was not fun, and having to go back to him through the kind of maze that it is to get there. But upon the second approach, I was successful in defeating the Dragon Lord, so it was awesome. But yeah, I didn't mind the tracking and stuff like that, or the archaic formula it kind of had with going just to save at one point. It didn't bother me just because it was such a joy to go back out into the land and explore it. And I love how they did have the little touches of course, the slime is always there, but then it actually had metal slimes in this game. I didn't know they had metal slimes in the original Dragon Quest. I thought they might have came later on. I only managed to kill one during my whole playthrough. I ran into about five, but only one was defeated. But I really didn't need it because I didn't mind grinding. And then actually going through that final castle the last time, I think it bumped me up another level to actually help me defeat the boss. So that was really fun, really incredible to just beat an old RPG like this. It was really cool to play through. Again, I thought it just looked beautiful. I thought it sounded beautiful. The music did. Even through the emulation, it just sounded great. It just sounded exactly like the Dragon Quest music does now. Not as orchestrated, but it still sounded good. But I mean, I'm not sure what else I could say about this game. The gameplay, everyone knows how it plays. I just wanted to sit here and gush about it. You unlock spells as you level up higher. A heal, a return spell where you can just return to the castle. A radiant spell that when you're in a cave, it lights up the areas around you in the cave. So just some basic spells there. Your MP and health go up as you level up, and I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just so basic, yet it just works, and it continues to work to this day. It is just such a fantastic series that I know why Dustin, it's his favorite series to collect for and his favorite RPG series. I understand that, and I get it. Only after playing two of them, and I'm still playing through Dragon Quest VIII now. I'm loving that, and I'm thinking of for my next portable. I really want to start on the 4, 5, 6 trilogy, but I don't have 4 yet. So I'm kind of wanting to go ahead and jump into 5, but would like to play them in order. But I don't know. We got Destiny coming out in September. I'm trying to see what I can get done until September. So hopefully finish Dragon Quest VIII is the #1 priority. But it would be great to be able to just start #4. I'm probably gonna have to go buy that. I gotta play them in order. But yeah, that's it for Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest 1. Here's to hoping. If I missed anything, I'm sorry. Like I said, I just really wanted to talk about my experience through it. Uh, don't even care if I went over gameplay and all that other stuff. Just want to talk about my experience with this classic franchise, this classic game. So again, sorry it took so long to get a game discussion video up. Hope it's probably a little rusty, but who cares? But yeah, I guess that's about it for this one. Again, I don't know when the next video will come. I don't know if I'll ever get to shoot those pickups. We'll see what happens. work is about to get extremely busy now because all the students are coming back to school. So the workload gets kind of heavy here in August when August picks up. I got my last few weeks of kind of freedom here before it gets crazy. So we'll see what happens. But again, I'm starting to ramble now, and I'm gonna go play some more Dragon Quest 8. So, hi gamer, I'm lagging out.